The call came at 2:17 a.m. No name, no number, just vibration cutting through the dark like a blade. I didn't answer at first. I watched the phone tremble on the nightstand, the screen lighting up the ceiling in pale blue flashes. She slept beside me, back turned, breathing evenly, as if nothing in her life required explanation. When the call stopped, a message arrived. She's not where you think she is. No punctuation, no mercy. My chest didn't tighten, my hands didn't shake. That's how I knew something had already died inside me. I slid out of bed and went to the window. The city was quiet, too quiet. I replayed the moment at the airport weeks earlier, the way she adjusted her coat, the way her voice dropped. "Don't walk with me," she said. "You'll embarrass me in front of my rich friends." She didn't look back when she said it. I nodded, stepped aside, watched her walk toward first-class boarding like she'd never known me. At the time, I told myself it was nothing, just pride, just class insecurity. Men like me survive by lying to themselves. The phone buzzed again. "Check the hotel in Zurich, room 1812. That's when I finally understood. This wasn't a warning, it was an invitation. I didn't confront her when she came home. She kissed my cheek like muscle memory, asked if I'd eaten, complained about jet lag. Her suitcase smelled like a different detergent. I noticed everything, said nothing. Betrayal doesn't announce itself with screams. It slips in quietly, rearranges the furniture, and waits for you to sit down. I remembered the airport again, how her friends laughed, how their watches cost more than my car, how she didn't introduce me. "My husband," she said later like an afterthought. No name. That night she fell asleep scrolling through her phone, screen angled away from me. A reflex, a habit learned through repetition. I watched her thumb hover over a message before deleting it. That was the moment denial ended. Not with proof, with pattern. People think betrayal is about sex. It isn't. It's about replacement, about becoming optional in your own life. I lay awake listening to her breathe, wondering when I'd become an embarrassment instead of a partner, and who she'd chosen to stand beside instead. I didn't follow her. I audited her. Phone records first. International numbers masked through business lines. Hotel receipts hidden under conference expenses. Zurich, Milan, Paris. Always the same dates. Always one extra night. I watched how she dressed differently for work trips, how she practiced smiling in the mirror before leaving, how she grew impatient with me, as if my presence delayed something better. I checked the hotel. Room 1812 existed. So did the man. Private equity, old money, the kind that doesn't announce itself because it never had to. Photos surfaced quietly, reflections in glass, a familiar coat sleeve in the background of her social posts. She never tagged him. He didn't need validation. The rage came later. At first, there was only focus. I learned their routine, which city, which hotel, which lie she told me before each trip. I smiled when she packed, kissed her goodbye, told her to have a safe flight. That's the advantage of being underestimated. No one watches the man they think is already defeated. I chose the timing carefully. She had just returned from another conference, still glowing, still distant. I placed the folder on the table between us. Not slammed, not dramatic, just present. Hotel invoices, phone logs, photos. I said only one thing. How long? Her face collapsed in stages. First confusion, then calculation, then fear. She reached for the folder. I slid it back. "I know," I said. "That's enough." She cried. Of course she did. Not for me, for the future she'd misjudged. He was going to leave his wife, she whispered. I nodded. They always are. I didn't yell. I booked her a ride, not home, to the hotel, room 1812. I forwarded the evidence to his wife and his board and his investors, quietly, efficiently. When my wife realized what I'd done, her hands trembled. "You ruined everything," she said. I corrected her. "No, I returned it to its rightful owners." Her phone exploded with calls she didn't answer. The ride arrived. She stood at the door, suitcase in hand, suddenly unsure which life was hers. "You're not coming?" she asked. I shook my head. "Remember the airport?" She understood then. Power isn't loud. It's absence. Weeks passed. The house stayed quiet. I slept better than I had in years. I thought about the man who stepped aside at the airport, the man who nodded. He didn't disappear. He sharpened. Betrayal didn't break me. It clarified me. Some people leave because they're ashamed of who they're with. Others leave because they finally see who they are. When she came back weeks later, there was no place for her to return to. Her ride home wasn't me, and for the first time, I didn't feel embarrassed.